my friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video I am bringing you episode 56 of Throwback Thursday. Now of course I'm going to give a huge love-filled shout out to my TBT muse and inspo, Jan Van, my Janny Boo. I'll link her channel in my description box. Make sure you go and subscribe and show her a ton of love and support. And another love-filled shout out to my dear friend and subscriber Dawn for being the ultimate TBT cheerleader ever. So for this episode, I'm going to be doing a 2 looks video with a new palette in my collection that I did not buy. This was gifted to me from my dear friend Julie from a brand I have never tried before and have always wanted to try. And this is the Bella Beaute Bar, I'm pretty sure I'm saying that right, Secret Garden palette. Now, Julie and I, the person that sent me this beautiful palette, she and I met through YouTube. I think, YouTube, and then connected on Instagram. And we talk all the time. And Julie is one of the most generous and supportive people I have ever met, ever. And she has sent me some really lovely and very thoughtful gifts, and this is one of those. And I just could not believe it when she told me she's like, I'm sending you a Bella Beaute Bar, or is it Bella? I don't know, palette. And it's the Secret Garden palette. And I'm like, what? Julie, are you serious? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh, so I've had it since last week, but you know, my schedule has kind of shifted a little bit. So I'm finally sitting down to film with it. And it's just the most gorgeous packaging. This is the same as the outer sleeve. And then look at this palette. I gotta be careful because there's some kind of flakier shades in here. I don't want anything to fall out. I love how this is, love how this is put together. Now, the cool thing, and look how beautiful that is. The cool thing is over the top of all the shimmers were these little like spongy discs so that, you know, nothing gets disturbed really. But I mean, we've got some beautiful shades in here. Now, I will say that some of the shadows, the shimmers are flakier, and I think she told me to apply them with a finger. So I will be doing that. I might try it with, you know, I don't know, we'll see. But I mean, just gorgeous color story. So I just have to do 2 looks with it because I couldn't just do one. I mean, I could do 4,000 looks with it, but for this video, I'm just gonna do 2 looks. And this is new to me, but it's not new out on the market. That's why I felt it would be good for a Throwback Thursday video. So, I don't really know exactly what I wanna do yet, other than I gotta put this shade right here on my eyelids. And this is called, do I not have my glasses? Hold on just a second. Okay, sorry about that. This is called Oasis. Oh, I think it's gonna be so gorgeous. And I might use a little bit of Secrecy, these two together. And then I think I'm gonna use like the browns and greens together for this look. And then in tomorrow, or the next look, I'm going to use like the pinks and I don't know what. Okay, so I think what I'll do is start off by putting this shade here called Hidden, it looks like Hidden Dust. I don't think that's what that says. I don't know, Hidden something in the transition area. And then I'm going to put this dark green, which is Lock and Key in my, in my outer V. And then I might even deepen up the crease a little bit with this first. This is called Joy. Oh boy, I can't read it. But I'm gonna put Oasis and I think Secrecy on the lid. I do have my brows done, and this eyelid is primed in the Juvia's Place Prep Prime Eyeshadow Primer. Before I get into the looks though, I just have to say a huge thank you to Julie for being so generous. I mean, I am so grateful. I don't even know what to say. I mean, saying thank you and, oh, she's so generous is not enough. I mean, it's just not enough. I'm just blown away. I'm blown away. Because, I mean, this is a very, oops, let's tip the chair over. This is a very fancy palette, very fancy brand. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I guess I've said enough, right? Okay, let's get into this look. Okay. So I'm going to start off by going into the hidden something. I don't know. My eyesight is just so effing awful, and I'm a little not nervous, but like this, I don't know, probably very pigmented, so I just want to be kind of careful at first, not just go all in, boom bam ba doom boom, you know. Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay. So fun. So fun. I just couldn't believe it when I first opened it up and there's these like very, precisely cut little spongy discs over all the shimmers. I'm like, dang, that's fancy. I don't think I know I've never had a palette that came like that ever. So I was like, dang, Bella Beaute Bar, they're really fancy. Very cool. And what an ingenious thing, because there have been, good handful of times where I've gotten palettes that have come with the shimmers broken because, they're just delicate, shades, and any kind of jostling can break them. And I've never really gotten pissed off about that because I don't think it's the brand's fault or anything. It's just, I don't know, just what happens sometimes. So I did watch like a, oh gosh, I don't know what you would call it really, like an expose type video on YouTube from the brand owner of Lele Posh. That was interesting to hear her take on being a brand owner. I don't know if any of you have watched that video, but she gets pretty candid with how she feels about her brand is no longer, but she just kind of talks about the whole demise of her brand. And I just remember her talking about like when she initially started shipping things out, like some of the shimmer shades would break in a lot of the palettes and people were really pissed. And man, I could never own a brand, never. Speaking of owning a brand though, Steph, my best friend and sister, she owns, of course, Poppy and Fluff Cosmetics, and she has released a blush palette. So if you guys have not yet gone to the website or to her Instagram, the Poppy and Fluff Cosmetics Instagram page, and checked out the blush palette, shameless plug, I don't care. I'm gonna plug the shit out of her brand. That didn't sound good. Anyway, I really encourage you guys to go and check it out because I bought it, I ordered it. I'm not on a blush palette no buy, I'm on an eyeshadow palette no buy. So I can order it. And I don't care, even if she released an eyeshadow palette, I was gonna buy it. So anyway, that will be coming soon, but it is gorgeous and I'm so excited to get it. I cannot wait to get it and play with it. Okay. I think that looks great. I might though, because of course, I don't like the harsh edge. I'm going to, let's just do it now. I'm gonna take a lighter shade and go around the outer edge. And I think I'll go to the shade here, and that's, gosh, I need to get a magnifying glass. That is Wander. Hidden Past, I think is what that one is. Hidden Past, not Hidden Dust. I have seen so many people use this brand, various palettes, and I'm just like, ugh. And I don't know why I had never purchased anything from this brand before, this was a gift, so I didn't purchase this either. I was going to say before now, I didn't purchase this. I don't know why, because it's been on my list of brands to try for a while. And so, yeah, this is really, really fun. And just 2 shades in, I'm like, dang, there's some pigment here, boy. There's some definite pigment, and it's blending really nicely, really, really nicely. I don't know that I needed to put this shade down, but I just like to have a softer edge, and I feel like I'm better at doing that with a lighter shade, rather than spending a ton of time trying to get that other shade. The first one I put down to blend out, I just really like to grab a lighter shade. So yeah. I hope everybody is doing well. I am doing fine. I am just trying to, really adhere to my new workout schedule, which has been going great. I kind of overdid it a little bit last week, and I had a tough time walking just because I did too many squats. But, it's all good. It's all good. It's been really fun, and I really like the gym. It's really nice. It's just nice to go somewhere and work out where there's not a ton of people, and the people that are there seem very nice. And yeah, it's a very different experience than what I had been experiencing with the other gym that I was going to. So another thing that was really tough about that other gym that I was going to is that people were right next to you. Like, let's say you're on the treadmill or the elliptical, right? There was no space in between. It was like treadmill, 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 treadmill. Ugh, I don't do good with that. So I'm going to go into this shade here called Joy, I think. I just really struggle when there's that much togetherness, you know? Like when I work out, I need a little bit of space. I mean, not like if I'm on the treadmill or the elliptical, I'm like, swinging my arms around or whatever. I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's just nice to know that like someone's sweat's not gonna fly off and smack you in the face, you know? I don't know. The thing that was so frustrating too, because I was going to the YMCA, is that they knew that it was really crowded. I mean, people were pissed. People were getting really pissed. I think this brush is too wide. Oh, I know what I'm gonna use. I might need to clean this off a little bit. I've gotta clean my brushes, you guys. I got an email from like the person that owns the Y, or like, you know, main manager or whatever. They know, like, they're like, we know how crowded it is and we know that people are pissed and we don't care. Sorry, but we don't care. We're not going to do anything about it. We're not going to deny anybody a pass to the Y, which, okay, like, I'm not sitting here saying that people should be denied a pass to the Y. That's not what I want. No. However, and also, when it's that crowded that you can't move without somebody on top of you, basically, it's just not fun to work out. I don't like that. I need a little bit of like, just a little bit of space, you know? Like I'm fine with people. I'm not, you know, but I'm gonna go back around with this brush, nothing additional on it. But I just cannot handle people that up my nose. So I don't know, man. So anyway, going to this new gym, it was interesting too, because the very first person that I really talked to, who was like getting me set up with all my stuff, you know, like giving me an access key and all that stuff to get into the facility and, you know, take your picture and whatnot, filling out the paperwork. There was a man and a woman, and they both were like, so have you ever worked out before? And I'm like, oh yeah, I've worked out. Yeah. In my life. Yes, I've worked out before. And I said, I just wrapped up at the Y actually. And I was kind of in a state of like, where the hell am I going to go now? And they're like, oh yeah, the Y sucks. And they're like, it's really sad because it's so crowded. But they said, we've gotten a ton of people that have come over from the Y. And I'm like, oh great. And then the guy caught himself because no, I don't mean it like that. It's not too crowded, I promise. I'm like, okay, I hope not. But you know, the time that I go is, you know, very conducive to not a ton of people being there. I really like this. I want to make this like, you know, kind of dirty looking, and then make the shimmer just boom. Okay, now I'm going to go into this shade here called Lock and Key. And I will use this brush. Oops, do not. I will use that same brush I was using. It just was not good for my transition area. Okay, let's build up the outer V here, or yeah, outer corner. Love it. Outer V, outer corner. What do you guys call it? Do you call it your outer corner or your outer V? I don't think it matters. I think it's whatever you wanna call it. That's what it is. OMG, you guys. If you're looking for, I don't even know how to classify this movie. Creepy, bizarre, suspense thriller, but like also, I don't know. Some parts of it were kind of hard to watch. Not kind of, very hard to watch. I highly recommend the movie The Rule of Jenny Penn, I think is, yeah. And it has Jeffrey Rush and John Lithgow. And the acting is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Just to give you kind of a premise of what the movie's about. So Jeffrey Rush is a judge in, like, I think it's like in the UK, I'm pretty sure, I think. And he is elderly, and he has a moment where it's obvious he's not doing that great. And I don't want to give too much away. So anyway, he ends up going to like a convalescent home to heal, and like, you know, and holy crap. Okay. I don't know if this is going to look that great, but you know what? I don't care. I'm going for it. I'm going to put this down and then that shade. Why not? And I need to find a brush, of course. So I think this purpley shade though isn't one of those really super flaky shades. I mean, it kind of is a little bit, but I mean, it's picking up on the brush very easily. So anyway, I highly recommend you watch it because it is like, whoa, whoa. John, ooh, oh my gosh. Look at that. It's purple and green and it's absolutely gorgeous. See, I didn't see the green at all until I put it on my eyelids. Can you guys see the green, the flip? Holy shit. This is amazing. Julie, I swear I could kiss your entire whole face off. This is so beautiful. Holy crap, this is gorgeous. I love these Beaute brushes too because they are so precise in how they distribute the shadow, you know? Like it goes right where you put it, period. Oh, that's so gorgeous. John Lithgow plays another person in the convalescent home that is, whoa. Oh my gosh. So yeah, parts of it, like I said, parts of the movie are hard to watch, really hard to watch. But if you're into like a really intense psychological thriller and creepy, and I would say watch it with some great acting. Also, my husband and I watched Adolescence. Yeah, Adolescence on Netflix. That is also very hard to watch, but one of the best acted series on Netflix I've ever watched. The kid that's in that, like the main kid, I think this is his first, well, I mean, I don't know. I think it's his first foray into acting. And oh my God, amazing. Okay, I think I'm good with that for now. That is so gorgeous. I kind of took it over this way too, just because I have an idea of what I think I'm gonna do here. So I'm gonna try using the brush, and if it doesn't work, I'll use my finger because the Oasis shade is flake. Oh no, I mean, it's going right on the brush. So we'll see. I am gonna spray it. That looks electric. That looks electric. I know I'm gonna keep putting it on. Holy shit. I have to say it. Holy shit. I mean, this is absolutely stunning, you guys. It looks like it's like somebody switched it on. Isn't that incredible? I don't think I've ever, I'm not kidding, used a shade that's this bright on my eyelid ever. And I am just kind of smushing. There was a flake that I'm just kind of continuing to manipulate to smush it down. Oh, this is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit more. I mean, there was hardly any. I mean, you just, you know, take a little flake. I mean, I will probably go back in with my finger too, because I can see why that would be probably more advantageous. But I really am fine with the brush for right now too. Oh my God, that is so beautiful, you guys. Holy crap. I'm gonna go with my finger now too. So let me show you. Look at that. It's got like, ooh, it's green, but it has like this beautiful lavender shift to it. God, yeah, I think using a finger is better. But I mean, you know, the brush worked too. So that's good to know. You know, you can do both. The only thing I feel like, oh, no, never mind. I thought it looked kind of patchy because I wasn't thinking that it was adhering to everything that I had touched it to, you know, but no, it's fine. It's totally fine. Oh God, that's pretty. Oh, so pretty. Holy crap. Gorgeous. I do want to straighten this up though a little bit more. Oh, jeez. Louise. I cannot wait to play with the rest of these shades. I'm going to go into, is it Secrecy? Yeah. I mean, look. God. These two together are stunning. The Oasis and Secrecy, I think. I mean, you could use both of these just by themselves too. I'm just trying to get, you know, more use out of the shadows for this video because I'm only going to do a 2 looks video. I mean, like I said, I could do 40,000 looks. So, you know, I mean, the formula is just amazing. It's impeccable. It really, truly is. Holy crap. It like literally took my whole everything away. I'm like, what? Okay, I'm gonna go back into lock and key. Anyway, back to adolescence. That is one of the best acted series I've ever seen on Netflix, and I highly recommend watching it, especially if you're a parent. I mean, you don't have to be a parent to watch it, of course not, but as a parent, it's just so like, and I mean, I don't want to get in too much into it because I don't want to ruin it for people, but social media is awful for kids. It's awful as well, especially if they're just allowed to do and be anywhere they want on social media. And, you know, I got a lot of shit because I did not let my kids have any kind of social media, anything, until they were 18. My son did have a, I'm gonna go back into secrecy with the brush. My son did have a social media account for football. I can't remember the name of the app, but it was basically just so that if scouts wanted to see like highlight reel of the kids' games, they could do that. But you had to make an account, and you know, and I mean, who knows? There could have been creeps on that site, or that thing. I don't know, but I mean, not that I was ever aware of, you know. And I knew that he had an account. I mean, all the kids that played football at his high school had an account. Most of them, well, not all of them, but most of them did. And, you know, my son was not scouted, but in the event that I mean, there was he had a couple, like, you know, coaches from various colleges, like, talk to him and stuff. But I mean, you know, I'm so glad he didn't go play college football. Oh my God, that would have been horrible. But, you know, I had people who were like, I can't believe you're not letting your kids have social media. That's ridiculous. And, you know, just because they're 18 doesn't mean they're not going to da da da. And I'm like, I know that. I mean, yeah, but I also think it's ridiculous that kids are allowed, and I'm sorry, this might offend some people. I think it's ridiculous that kids are allowed to just willy-nilly be on social media. Like, you need to be watching what they're doing, I think. And after watching this show, I mean, I know it's just a show, but I do believe it's very true to real life. I was like, thank God I stuck to my guns and didn't care what anybody else said, and, you know, listened to what a horrible parent I was, and how I was really, really, you know, not letting my kids, so stupid. I felt like, well, they're my kids. So thanks. I don't know. After watching that, I just thought, not that everybody's experience is horrible if, you know, they're on social media when they're kids. I don't think that, no. But no thanks, man. I'm really glad I stuck to my guns, because there's just so much crap they get exposed to, and so much yuck that can happen, and they're not old enough to navigate it on their own. They're just not. They don't understand. Their brains are not developed yet, you know, barely. And so every little thing seems like this monstrous thing, you know, this big, huge, oh God, oh, and then they just get all upset, and everybody's all this, that, and the other, and it's like, I'm gonna go back into Joy, that green shade. Everybody, I don't know, I just feel like saying it's really not that important. It's not going to be that important in the next few years, but to them in that time frame, in that moment, it's so important. And so they act on these very impulsive urges or whatever, these thoughts that just pop in their head, and they're like, okay, I'm gonna, you know, and it's like, no, let's take a step back and settle down. And I don't know. Not to say that my kids never dealt with hard things in school. They did. My daughter was bullied, and, you know, my son had his fair share of crap too. So, you know, but I will just say that, like, the social media aspect of things was not a problem. I love this. I think it's so gorgeous. I do kind of feel like, though, that I don't know that the matte colors are the right choice for this look. Because what I was thinking in my head was like the kind of the murky, and then the bam. And I mean, you got the bam, definitely. But I don't know. I don't know if I kind of made a mess out of the mattes today. But that, you know, I mean, whatever. This is what it is, right? And I do really like how they're performing. I mean, they're blending really well and very pigmented. I do feel like the dark green could have a little more to it, but That's me being very picky. So I'm gonna go off camera, clean this up, do my other eye, the rest of my face. I'll come back. So this, of course, is finished look number 1. And I think there are some amazing aspects to this look. And then I also think there are some not amazing aspects to this look. I am running late, so I'm not gonna go over everything I have on my face for this first look. I will list all of that in my description box, however. So I just really wanted to review the palette with you and then move on to look number 2. I think the shimmer shades I used are absolutely beautiful tone-wise. I mean, the shifts and, oh, they are just jaw-droppingly beautiful. I will say, however, that I need to use a different primer, I think, for the next look, because I have a ton of fallout on my face. That Oasis shade, that kind of flakier shimmer towards the front, is just literally kind of like falling off my eyelids onto my face. And what was interesting is before I put my foundation on, I went and got a wipe like I always do and cleaned it up. And I thought, okay, we're good. And then I'm like, oh gosh, I still have more, and clean it off. Oh gosh, I still have more. And I'm like, wait, is it falling off my eyelids? I thought, well, let's put the base products on and we'll see. And yes, I mean, there's just tons of green sparklies down here, which, you know, okay. But just more than I think I've ever really noticed before out of a shimmer shade. And another thing is that the shimmers just went on my eyelids. So I think using a tackier primer is going to be where it's at. Okay, so for my lower lash lines, I did use Lock and Key and Joy, I think that is, together. Really liked how that looks. I really like how that looks. I will say, however, with the mattes, I kind of feel like they're similar to the Jolie Beauty formula in that what I learned was that if I pack those mattes on and then barely blend, that looks better. I kind of wonder if that's the same for these. I feel like I kind of over blended things because things got really murky, kind of messy. I was kind of going for the murkier base with the pop of bright shimmers, but I also feel like the mattes got very messy, and I think it's just because I over blended them. I just don't know that these are the types of mattes that you blend a ton. And it's just not always easy for me to determine that until I actually manipulate them. But I do think the mattes are really nicely pigmented and they are blendable, absolutely. I just kind of made them a little too murky, and there's no like real differentiation between the mattes, I kind of feel like. And I usually, when I use matte shades, I usually want to have you be able to tell that I use more than one or two. Like I think if you're gonna use several shades, you know, you want to be able to see that you use several shades, or what's the point in using them, right? So I don't know. I've learned some things I want to do differently in the next look, but I mean, you can't get more beautiful shimmer shades, tones than these. Oh my gosh. So without any further ado, let's move on to look number 2. So here I am back for look number 2 with the Secret Garden palette from Bella Beaute Bar, I think is how you say the brand's name. And I want to talk to you before I get going here about this shade here, Oasis, that I put on the front of my lids in the first look. It looked beautiful. It really did. But I will tell you that it really blew up on my eyelids and it really made a mess on my face down here. It's a beautiful shade and it probably would work better with glitter glue. I'm sure most of you are probably screaming, use glitter glue. I have tried glitter glue in the past. It's been a couple years, so I should, you know, maybe I'll try it again. It's just I had a horrible experience with glitter glue. It just creased my shimmers really bad and I just didn't like it. And I thought, I don't want to use this. I think people either love glitter glue or they don't, and I'm in the don't camp. I do want to circle back though with this palette and try this shade here and this shade here because that's the more flaky, and the flip in this is so incredible. But for today's look, I'm going to stick to the other shimmer formula that's in here. So I really want to do like, I think, but now I'm looking at these greens. I did green last time. I don't know, you guys. I really think I'm going to just stick to the pinks and the browns. But look at that, man. Look at that. I just feel like I've done so many green looks lately. I'm trying not to do green. So I'm going to do pink and brown. So what I'm going to do, let me get my glasses on, is I'm going to use the shade here called Damask, And then I think I'm going to also use Strawberry, Mahogany. And then for the shimmers, I'm going to use Daydream, this beautiful pink shimmer. Oh, it's so beautiful. And then this one here called Gazebo is what I'm thinking. But then I look at those. I mean, I'm going to use this palette a million times. So what the hell am I talking about? I will circle back. And I'm going to do another like 2 looks video with it or 3 looks video with it down the road too. This time around though, I primed my eyelid with the Milani eyeshadow primer because I just think this will work better. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it won't. But that's what I used. And I did do my brows in the NYX Control Freak Clear Brow Gel. Okay. So again, I know I just showed it to you, but I'm going to go into this shade here first, putting that in my transition area. And I need to grab a brush. And you know, I've used flaky shimmers a lot. And I've used, you know, my typical or usual eyeshadow primer. So I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, it was like all over my face, all over the place. And when I got home from work, my husband was like, whoa. I'm like, yeah, this shimmer kind of had a little party on my face today. So I don't know. And I also noticed that the mattes I used last time, I like really blended. I mean, my blending anyway. And I felt like maybe the kind of the pack on and not blend as much is better for these mattes than, I could be wrong, but I just kind of felt like that maybe that was the case. Kind of like with the Jolie Beauty mattes. Like at first I'm like, God, they're so dusty. And then, but I'm like, everybody loves Jolie Beauty. What the hell's wrong with me? And then I just thought, okay, don't over blend. Just, you know, pack them on and then just kind of, you know, diffuse the edge out or whatever. So I don't know. But I mean, I got a lot of compliments on that look. People were like, oh my God, your eyeshadow is gorgeous. Like, oh, thank you. And then I also had one of my friends and subscribers say she's going to recreate the look. And I'm like, that always blows my mind if somebody says they're going to recreate my look. I'm like, are you kidding? Vania did that. I think I'm saying her name right. I hope I'm saying her name right. She's the one that wants to recreate the look that I did, the first look. And then also she recreated the look that I did for my collab with Nikki when the St. Patrick's Day, when I did the all matte green look. She recreated that and her look was just amazing. I mean, much better than mine. Which is typical. Like most people, if they're going to recreate my look, I'm like, oh great. And then I see them, I'm like, oh man, they kicked my look's ass. That's so great. I love it. Oh, also, I wanted to show you guys, I do have my Talk to Me Goose t-shirt on, which it's not because I love Tom Cruise, because I don't. It's because Val Kilmer passed away. And I love Val Kilmer. And if you didn't love Val Kilmer, please just keep that to yourself, because I really loved him and I was really hurt when he passed. I mean, you know, just very sad about that. So I really don't want to have a bash Val Kilmer fest in the comment section. I realize he's not for everybody, but I really did love him. And I cried. Bummer. Really sad. Okay, I think I'm good with that for now. I think it looks great. I am going to go around with this shade here called Posy, I think, because I think it says something else. Peony. And put that around the outside edge of that shade. And something I have got to do over the weekend is wash my damn brushes. Oh, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous that I have not washed my brush. I don't know though, man, because look at this shade. That's really, I might use that. I might just, you know, get over myself and just use the flaky shade today, and we'll see if it works better on the Milani primer. Right? Right. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay. But in that shade too. I don't know. I'm gonna continue to think about it as I'm putting my look together, and we shall see. Have you guys ever watched the show Black Mirror on Netflix? It's kind of like a futuristic sci-fi type show. Where it's like, you know, like an hour-long episode, and I think right now there's 6 seasons, where they're getting ready to come out with the 7th season, and I am so ready for it. I absolutely love Black Mirror. I have an eyebrow that's hanging out. I love Black Mirror. It's such a great show. Some of the episodes are hard to watch, sure, but I mean, so great. So I am really looking forward to season 7. Last night I did watch and a rerun of a previous episode that was really good. It's called Be Right Back, and it's basically about, like, all of the episodes, I have something in my eye, all of the episodes are, like I said, sci-fi futuristic type stuff. Sorry, I had to take a moment and get whatever was in my eye out, and then I had a coughing fit. So it's like, okay. And I personally don't like to leave that kind of stuff in my videos because I think it's super tacky. But anyway, okay, moving on. So anyway, the episode that I watched was the guy had passed away, young couple, the guy passes away, and, you know, she's distraught, and there's this app that, like, goes through and goes through the person who's passed away, like, emails and text messages, and learns how to mimic how the person spoke, and will text you and email you like it's the person, but it's just the app doing that. So she pays for the service, or her friend signs her up for it. And yeah, she starts talking to the guy that passed away via text and email. And then you can go to the next level of the app, which is to mimic the guy's voice. So she does that. I'm going to go into mahogany. Let me grab a brush. So she does that. She starts to, she has it go into, like, his voicemails and onto his social media and listen to his videos and stuff to, like, memorize his voice. And she starts talking to him on the phone, and it sounds just like him, and it's got, like, similar speech patterns and things like that, you know? And I don't know, it's like, it's pigmented, but it's got that kind of dusty quality that the Jolie Beauty mattes have. So you really have to, like, get in there and, like, really pack it on, and then the pigment comes out. So, I mean, it's lovely. It's just something for me to get used to. It's a different matte formula than what I'm used to in most cases, I would say. Anyway, so she starts talking to him on the phone, and, you know, she spends hours a day talking to him on the phone. And then he says, well, there's the app, but it's him, suggests this next step. It's pretty expensive, but there's a next step where they can send her, like, a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a robotic human that looks and sounds just like him. And so I'm just going to tell you what happens. I'm probably ruining the surprise. I don't even know if anybody would watch it, cares to watch it. I'm going to go back into Damask. I don't know how you say that, and go around the edge of this. So she does it, and he comes to life. It's really weird. Like, she gets the body in this big box, and it's, like, you know, made out of, I don't know what material. And she has to pick it up out of the box and put him in the bathtub. And then she has to give him, like it's kind of like almost like fish food that she puts in the water, and this jelly or something. And then next thing she knows, a few hours later, he gets up and comes walking out of the bathroom, and it's him. Now, he does look like a perfect version of the guy, you know, because he doesn't, like, he kind of has a little bit of wrinkles and stuff here and there, but, you know, he no, like, body hair. He has hair on his head and eyebrows. Like, he looks just like the guy, but it's not the same, you know what I mean? Because it's like this robotic version of the guy, basically. But he looks and talks just like I am right now. He's not like me or anything like that. So anyway, at first she's just like, oh my God, this is amazing. He's alive again, and I can have him with me again. This is amazing. But what she starts to realize after time passes is that, yes, he looks like the guy and he sounds like the guy, but he's not the guy, you know? Like, I'm going to use actually this brush, and I'm going to go in just a little bit with mahogany. I know I use this for that light pink shade, but I don't care. And I'm going to go around and just kind of try, if I can, to buff this a little bit so it's not quite so harsh difference between the pink and the brown, which it's probably going to be anyway, just because they're two very different shades. You know what I think I might do actually is I'm going to go to the shade here called Hidden. Hidden Past. That's what I used that already, right? Yeah, who cares? I'm going to use it again. God, you guys. I just, you know, bear with me, because I just want to make sure those kind of cohese together a little bit better. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So she just, it's like she gets pissed off and annoyed with him because, like, you know, for instance, there's a scene where they're talking about something and she says, like, almost kind of says, like, you're being too nice. Like, this isn't how he would react to this. He would react in this way and you're not. And he's like, oh, okay, well, I can react that way. And she's like, no, I don't, like, it's beside the point. Like, you're not getting it. Like, you're just not him. And she starts to kind of get freaked out by it. Like, damn it. So anyway, I'm going to tell you how it ends. So she gets pregnant. She was pregnant with his child before he passed, but she didn't know it. She didn't know she was pregnant until after he passed. So she has the child, this little girl, beautiful little, well, I mean, she's an actress, but whatever. She is a beautiful little girl. And she puts him up in the attic and has him live up there. And I think every year on her birthday, she goes, the little girl gets to go up and spend time with him. It was pretty weird. I need to turn my fan on. I'm getting sweaty. Okay. So I really do want to use one of these beautiful shades. That is so pretty. You know what? I'm going to use that by itself and we'll see what happens because I have the different primer on, the Milani, which is a little bit tackier. Wish me luck. Okay. So, and I know Julie said that it's better if you go in with a finger. Come on here, honey. You can come in here, Bitsy Lou. But I do want to start off with, well, you know what? Let's just start off with my finger then. Let's just do that. Ooh, look at how, see, that's just too pretty to not use. Oh gosh. It is absolutely stunning. It's just got so much damn fallout. God. You know what it reminds me of? These shimmers, they remind me of the shimmers that were in the Dark Fantasy palette that I just never could jive with. Just never could jive with them. And it's going to bum me out if I can't jive with these, but I don't know. I'm going to keep trying. I mean, there's the other formula of shimmer in here I think I will do just fine with, because that purpley blue one that I used yesterday, or the last look, Secrecy, that purpley blue that I used out here did great. But I mean, I don't know. I just don't love that it's so fally outy. I mean, I don't mind fallout. I really don't. Lots of shades have fallout, but you can just take them off and then that's the end of it. And with this shade, this particular formula, that was not the case Monday. I was like, because it just kept falling out all over my face. Beautiful, beautiful fallout. I'm not saying they're not beautiful. They are. And also, I didn't use as much this time either. I think I overdid it with the last time. I just kind of put a little too much on my lid. Okay, I'm trying to bring this up into over my, I mean, isn't that absolutely effing gorgeous? It is. So anyway, I probably did not do a very good job of explaining that Black Mirror episode because I suck at this, explaining TV shows. Like, I can tell you personal stories pretty well, but telling you what happens in a TV show or a movie, sometimes I'm not the greatest. But go watch it. It's called Be Right Back. I mean, I know I told you the whole thing basically, so spoiler alert, but too late now. But I would definitely go and check out the Black Mirror if you are into sci-fi and kind of futuristic stuff. I mean, there's episodes that are like horror, kind of scary, so that might not be for everybody. And then there's episodes that are very touching, very, very touching and very moving and really cool. And then there's some that are just kind of quirky and funny and yeah, just really neat. Okay, I think I'm done. I don't know. I'm nervous that this is going to be all over my face by the end of the day, but you know what? It'll be beautiful fallout all over my face. So I'm going to go clean this up, do my other eye, the rest of my face. I will be back. So this, of course, is finished look number 2 and my final look for this video. I do think it's a beautiful look. I will say, however, that I don't know that I'm ever going to get along truly with the shimmer formula. I do think it's absolutely stunning. Oh, there's just a couple things I'm not in love with it about So let me show you everything I have on my face and then I'm going to review the eyeshadow palette with you. Okay, so for my base products, I used a combination of the Maybelline New York Dream BB Fresh BB Cream in medium along with the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator in medium. I replenish these and I just love these. And then of course the CoverGirl Clean Professional Loose Setting Powder in translucent. On my lips, I just went with a gloss. I was going to do a dark brown. I was going to do like a salmony pink or whatever. And I just thought, no, I just want something real calm because I really want my eyes to be the focus. This is the Ludicrous Lights lip gloss from Milani in the shade Peachella. I love this. It's such a nice gloss. For my bronzer, I use the LYS bronzer in Motivate. Love. For my mascara, I use the Sky High from Maybelline New York. I did not use an upper lid liner today. I tried using the Wet n Wild, and the shimmer is just so like that you can't even see. You couldn't even see it. So I was like, forget it, which feels weird. I feel sort of naked because I always have an upper lid liner on, but the world will keep spinning. It'll be okay. For my inner corner and also for my highlight on my face, I use the Profusion Luminizer 1 palette, and I use a shade here called Fairy Lights. I will say that I had a little like splotch of the primer like right in my inner corner. And so there's kind of like this weird line and I tried to fix it forever, and I just had to kind of give up because it's as good as it's going to get. This is so old. I've had this for years. I think I got this at TJ Maxx years ago, like probably 2018, and it still works great. It's wonderful. Doesn't smell weird. It worked, you know, the quality seems fine. And then for my blush, I use the Blame It on the Blush palette from Made by Mitchell, and I use this shade right here called Rosed. I just thought that pink would look nice with the eye look today. Okay, that's it, right? Yeah, and my hair, I get these flyaways that get in my eyes, and I'm like, stop it. Okay, let's talk about the palette Secret Garden from Bella Beaute Bar. I'm really happy that I did use this shimmer today. It's called Flora. It's so beautiful. It's got the most beautiful and unique flip to it. I will say, however, though, that this formulation, I don't know that we jive very well together. It really blows up on my eyelids and there is fallout. It's better that I use the Milani eyeshadow primer. It's not nearly as much fallout as there was on Monday. Also, it's the type of shimmer that it has to adhere to something. You can't layer it. If you try to put another layer of the shimmer over the top of the one you first put down, that second layer is just going to fall off because it doesn't have anything to stick to. And I know what people are going to say, that I need to use a glitter glue. I know. And I should probably get some and try it again. It's been probably close to 3 years since I've used a glitter glue. I just had such a horrible experience with it. I tried it all different ways, not a lot, tons, letting it dry, not letting it dry, you know, putting the eyeshadow right on the top of it, you know, all the different ways that people recommended that I try it. And it just wouldn't work. It just would crease the out of my shimmers. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I'm not using this anymore. And I've always had really good luck with like the P. Louise primer that I used for a long time, the Juvia's Place, and now the Milani. I mean, it does adhere, but and the fallout's not awful. I mean, there's worse things than having glitter fall out on your face, or like the shimmery particles fall out on your face. I just feel like it makes the look kind of look messy, and I don't know, it just kind of bugs me a little bit. The mattes that I used, however, for this look, really lovely. And so is the shimmer. I shouldn't say however. I used this shade here, Mahogany, and this one here called, I don't know, I can't read it, and I don't feel like grabbing my glasses because, well, I used these two, this one and this one on my lower lash lines, and really liked how everything came together. You know, a little bit of a learning curve also with the mattes in here because I had to learn to kind of pack and then, you know, barely blend or whatever. This is hurting my hand. What a wimp. So there's so many things in here that I haven't used yet that I really want to play with. I really want to invest a lot of time into the shimmers that aren't the flaky because I just think they're absolutely stunning. This one right here, like this, and this on the lid. So beautiful. That looks beautiful too. Oh, and also I did pop just a teeny tiny little bitty bit of this at the outer edge of the shimmer because I just felt like these two were so harsh against each other. It looked weird. So I just put a little bit of that, and that's got a beautiful kind of like olivey green flip to it. Beautiful. So I am so thankful and so grateful to Julie for gifting me this palette. It is incredible. And I feel sad that I'm struggling with the shimmer formula in a couple of the shades. I do. I feel really sad. It's like, I feel not like a failure, but sort of, because I just feel like I wanted to use this and just have Julie be like, oh my God, that's amazing. I don't know that Julie thinks, oh my God, that's amazing. I don't know, I guess there's just some formulations that just don't work for all of us, you know? But man, it's a beautiful color story, and I'm really excited to play with it again. I will use this again on my channel. I'll do like another 2 looks video with it, like a redemption video or something like that. It's a wonderful palette. Just like I said, struggling with the shimmers a little bit. So let me know what you think of this palette. If you have it in your collection, let me know what you think of the 2 looks that I created. And again, a huge thank you to Julie for her amazing generosity. I love you, sister. Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your lives to sit down and watch this video. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course, comment down below in the comment section. I love to chat with you guys there. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I cannot wait to see you guys again in my next video. But in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Drop it.